On FM, DAB and online, London's biggest conversation. This is LBC 97.3.
There are thousands of motorcyclists heading my way, apparently. This can only be surely because they are fans of the whale, and that's why they're coming here. Is that right, Charlie Lort-Phillips?
Oh, because we're gathering to protest against the motorbike parking charges in Westminster.
Oh, Charlie, I thought you were coming down here just to hail the whale and show felicitations, etc., etc.
Well, no, of course we would on a better day, but we have important things that we want to try and address with Westminster City Council as well.
Now, listen, come on, we all have to pay our way. Why should motorcyclists not have to pay a little bit towards their parking?
Well, there's a number of reasons for that. The first thing I would say is that the charges that they're levying at the moment are grossly disproportionate to anything that they're going to have to spend to actually improve the parking for motorbikes in Westminster. They've made around $4 million so far, and there's no way they can spend that much money on it. And
but where
feel they're being taken for a ride.
Where a couple of bikes get to park, a car can't.
But to follow that conversation on, James, where 8 motorbikes, I would say, get to park, those 8 people can get in, get out, do their business, go to meetings, and be far more efficient than people on public transport or in cars. And we really do an awful lot to reduce congestion to get people off public transport. And people feel like they were encouraged to do this by Boris Johnson, they were encouraged by the use of bus lanes, and they're going, we've all been told to get on these things, and now they're charging us.
Yeah, but Charlie, they are annoying. I mean, there's nothing more annoying to me. I'm in the sports car, and some greasy little yobbo on a bike is sort of cutting in and out all over the place, and not only that, making a hell of a noise while they're doing it.
Well, I mean, obviously there are some that could be noisy. I mean, my little Vespa is not too noisy, and it, whips me in and out, and I'm very careful what I do. I mean, I know there are...
No, but the bloke with a middle-age crisis on the Harley-Davidson who's making such a noise you think you're going to have a heart attack can well be stopped, surely.
Well, I know the chairman of the campaign will be listening to this and probably throwing cups off his table at the moment, although he's not middle-aged at all. But, I mean, I do see the point that a lot of people might think that they are, but they are also one of the best-known... I mean, if you look across Europe, Rome, Paris, I mean, and previously in London, they're recognised as a vital tool to help reduce congestion for people coming from further out of town.
What would be a fair charge to park your motorbike?
Well, at the moment,
you've got to... Go on.
At the moment, I would say none, because they've made an absolute packet out of this. They've got plenty of money to do any improvements that they need. There's no reason for them to continue this charge. It's ridiculous.
Well, in that case, we should all get, free parking. Well, we can't all have free anything. So, I mean, come on, what would be a fair charge for you to pay?
Well, I'm afraid the end result of what we're aiming for is nothing.
All right,
and that's where we're going to stay.
You ain't going to get that, but there we are. Now, listen, it is the hottest day of the year.
It is.
And there are a lot of people struggling out there. You're going to cause mayhem.
Well, I mean...
And you're only going to make people hate motorcyclists even more than they already do.
Well, I'm hoping that the people who do see us en route will see us as a parade, which is what we're trying to do. And we have obviously been in touch with the Met Police over this. We've had talks with them. We know that we've put in place factors that will mitigate the effect that we're having on people getting around. Obviously, the main focus for today, for us, is Westminster City Hall. And, we do understand there will be some disruption to people, and obviously, we apologise for that. But the people who are following, the lead of the committee that I'm on, with the only reason the committee is doing this is because those people have told us they want the right to get out on the street and tell Westminster that they're not prepared to be taxed in this way. And it's one of these things that actually, as I've been saying,
I tell you what, Charlie. If you have any success in this, then the rest of us are going to get out there and march on the Inland Revenue. Well, I mean, if you thought by marching and complaining you could get away with without paying your dues, we'd all be doing it.
Well, James, I 50% am with you on that, and I'll tell you why. Because me personally, I'm a commuter and a citizen first, and a biker second. Now, I'm obviously protesting against this charge that I view as a tax. Okay, but what I'm hoping this will lead people to do, especially in tight times like this, is to re-examine what money is being taken away from them when they really need to hold on to it as best they can.
Well, we're all, whether you're bikers or not, we're all in that situation.
Yeah, I think that's why I make this point, which is that we just happen to be one group of highly visible people who are standing up for ourselves, And it's what people should do more of in this country. They do it in France and they get the results.
Okay.
In this country, people are very apathetic. They never get up. They never stand up for themselves.
I agree. Listen, I agree with what you're saying, mate. And if you have any luck, we'll all be out there behind you because we've all got grievances in all sorts of ways.
And I will keep my fingers crossed that we annoy as few people as possible.
Well, good. Where are you going? So we can.
We'll be assembling in Golden Square from 5:45 to 6:30.
Right.
And we'll be going down Regent Street, round the edge of the Canada Day celebrations, through Westminster to Victoria Street, where people will be handing in person their objections to what many people view as a ridiculous.
How many of you do you think that? I mean, last time you did this, it was a bit of a damp squid, wasn't it?
Yeah, last time we had some problems. Our website went down. The server that was holding it was based in India and was attacked by a cyber attack. I don't think Westminster did that. But last time as well, weather was a factor for people coming out of town, which hopefully won't be the case today. And we were aware that numbers were down. But I still come back to the fact that, Kevin Goad said the other day on a radio podcast that these demonstrations were nothing he hadn't seen before.
All right, well,
4,500 people outside his office is not something he hasn't seen before.
We'll see.
He's got a lot more coming.
We'll see how it goes. I'm sitting here in Leicester Square. You ain't going to come in here because it's a pedestrian area, but...
You've got air conditioning?
And I have air conditioning.
Well, we might possibly pop in then.
Oh, pop in for a coffee. You're more than welcome. But leave the noisy ones outside and the guys with the midlife crisis and the Harley Davidsons. Okay.
Marvellous. Thank you very much.
Nice to talk, Charlie. Thank you very much indeed. Charlie Lort-Phillips, spokesman for No to Bike Parking Tax. Great idea. But hey, listen, we've all got to pay our way. We've all got to pay our way. Do you think bikers should get special privileges? I want to hear from bikers and car drivers on this. If you're travelling home today and you're thinking, oh, no. You could be caught up because whatever they say, it is going to cause congestion. Don't forget, here on James Wells Drive on LBC 97.3, we will bring you all the traffic and travel information you need to get home. And in a couple of minutes, we'll be going straight over to find out what's going on. James, ever try to pay and display on a motorcycle or scooter? No, I haven't because I don't ride one. Okay, so we're talking about that and also asking why the bikers are in such disarray over having to pay parking. We all have to pay parking. Why should motorbikes get away with it? Your views on those and other subjects as we go through Drive. 0845 6060 973, or if you prefer, you could text me at 84850.
Thousands of motorcyclists are expected to take to the streets of central London this rush hour to protest about parking charges. Bikers now have to pay £100 a year to park in Westminster. Charlie Lort-Phillips from the No to Bike Parking Tax has been telling James that bikers feel they're not getting value for money.
The charges that they're levying at the moment are grossly disproportionate to anything that they're going to have to spend to actually improve the parking for motorbikes in Westminster. They've made around £4 million so far, and there's no way they can spend that much money on it.
On FM, DAB and online, London's biggest conversation. This is LBC 97.3.